The Multicare Youth Foundation has been incorporating the use of therapy in their social intervention initiatives with at-risk youth. Project manager Taneshia Stoney Dryden is here, and she's going to tell us so much more. Morning, Taneshia. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Morning, Delia. Good to be here.
It's awesome to have you. I mean, many of us, you know, we hear a lot about the work because the Multicare has done so much work with our children. But this time, this one's a little bit different. Why? Because you've done the sports, you've done arts. What's so different about this approach, and why?
It's different in the sense of the target population. Previously, we were known to, as you said, target children. Those between the ages of 10 and 15. Now, we are predominantly youth crime prevention strategy. So ages 15 to 29 years of age.
Okay. Excellent. So, you know, earlier we've been promoting it and saying cognitive behavioral therapy. It's a mouthful.
Yes.
But tell me exactly, what does it do and why this particular approach? Because there are different approaches to behavior change. Why the cognitive behavioral
Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT for short, it is a psychological treatment for individual and groups. It is a way of getting participants to think from a system 1 to a system 2.
Right.
From an impulsive, irrational way of thinking to a more rational way of thinking. It helps with your functioning and healthy decision making.
Yeah.
Cognitive behavior therapy shows that there is a correlation between our thinking and our actions. So what we manifest up here
is what we will manifest. And I like that idea, thinking about it before you do it, because a lot of the things that we see this morning, if we read our papers, there's so much violence, and a lot of it, when you look at it, it's spur of the moment.
Yes.
It's almost as if I didn't sit and think this through and think about, okay, my action has a consequence. So let me think about the consequence. It doesn't happen. So how are we now going to get to change that way of thinking in our at-risk youth?
We are looking at firstly starting out in the schools.
Excellent.
So about 3 or 4 months ago, we did some work with the Haile Selassie School where we treated with 16 young men. And that intervention looked at 3 key variables: impulsivity, pro-sociality, and aggression.
Break it down for me. So
Yes.
for those who are watching and they said, Lord, what was that? So impulsivity.
Impulsivity is just the automatic response. Right.
The knee-jerk.
The knee-jerk response. And we want them to think that, let us slow it down, use some techniques. We have the stop technique, the rain technique. We use some of those techniques and then say, this is not the best way of dealing with this.
Right.
You know, violently, you know, we see in the schools now the stabbing incidents.
Yes.
So CBT is now more than ever very important for that age group.
So there was inclusivity,
Pro-sociality. Pro-sociality speaks to that spirit of volunteerism, give back. So campaigns like Live Good by the Ministry of National Security, just having that civic pride.
There's more to me than just myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a part of a society and a community.
Yes.
And my actions come to bear on everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So inclusivity, pro-sociality, and the third one?
Is aggression. Is aggression. And violent crimes at the heart of it is this aggressiveness.
Yeah.
This I remember Dr. Herbert Gale speaking about the warrior gene, you know, and it may seem a little strange, but it's true, you know, that thinking of this aggressiveness, this anger that is inside, bottled up in our youth. So CBT doesn't happen in a silo, Delia.
No.
We have to think of comprehensive programming, looking at our youth material needs. Some of them are hungry. So that
The hunger comes to bear on the aggression.
Yes. So when you're doing your CBT sessions, a hot meal, cold beverage, give them a travel stipend, that kind of holistic approach. When they finish CBT, we still do hand holding. We do life and employability skills training with them. Then they matriculate into paid short-term internship. There was
So I know you say you went to Haley's last night. What was the response like to that workshop and being with those young people?
At first, there is there's taboo, because when you hear of therapy, you think of some mental
Lord, them are coming
thing.
and come talk to me again.
Yes.
Right.
And me not unstable.
Right.
Unstable. So it was a lot of buy-in from the parents, and the school was very receptive. They were very open to the approach. The dean of discipline, the then dean of discipline, who is now at Clancarty High School, the guidance counselor, the social worker, the principal.
Oh my, I could talk to your man about this, Taneshia, but we have to go. But I know you intend to do other schools, for persons who are watching, schools, communities who want to be a part of the program. Could you quickly tell me where they can find you?
Okay, you can find us at all the social media platforms at MYF Jamaica. Our website is myfjamaica.org, and you can email us at www.multicarefoundation.icd.groupnet.
GroupNet. Multicare always doing great work with our young people, and this is just a very powerful way, because it's important to change the thinking in order to change the behavior. Yes. Thank you so much, Project Manager Taneshia Stoney Dryden. Great work. More and Smile after this break.